Hey, and welcome to Future Steps Creative, the show that helps you to build your flexible lifestyle business and earn an income doing what you love whilst helping others. So, yes, that is a new slogan. I've started using it today, and it's the first time that I've actually said it in public. Now, I'm going to get more into that later on, but what I really want to share with you today is about storytelling and how you can use that inside your content to really make better connections or deeper connections with your audience. And, you know, when you plan your content, when you deliver your content, how you can work stories into that. And the reason why I decided to come up with this topic today is because I was listening to a couple of episodes actually of a particular podcast, which is done by Tim Schmoyer. He's a YouTube expert. He does video creators, if you want to look him up. And he has episodes on storytelling because that's the that's the direction of things in terms of how YouTube specifically, but I think it applies to every kind of content, whether you do videos or a podcast or you're doing blog posts or any sort of other content. If you can work a story into the content, it has that deeper connection because we can remember and connect with stories, and we remember those more than we do the actual details of things. So for example, instead of giving somebody like a straightforward, cut and dry, bullet pointed set of things that they need to do, if you can add a story into it to say, okay, here's the reason behind why we're doing this and what the outcome is going to be and why it matters in a nutshell, then that can actually help your connection, your content to make a better connection. And as a result, obviously grow faster and so on. Now, by the way, I'm using a new mic today. Even though this mic is in the shot, I'm not actually using that one. I'm actually using my lav mic connected to my shirt. And it's a little bit of a portable setup that I'm trying to experiment with because I don't want to have to bring around my larger equipment with me when I'm out and about, and I want to be able to do the content. But that's a side story. So if we'll see how it turns out with the actual sound from this episode. Okay, so let's talk about storytelling a little bit and what it actually means. Now, in Western society, we tend to tell stories through films with a certain formula attached to it. So if we look at some of the big Hollywood films, the successful ones, pretty much all of them have some sort of system that they use for storytelling. Usually, or normally, you have a protagonist, or that's the main person, the character, the hero, who's the main man or the main woman. And they have something that they're trying to accomplish or achieve. And in order for them to get to that thing, they need to overcome a hurdle. In between them, there's this pushback or there's this thing that they need to actually work through or overcome. And among all of that those simple things, there is a lot of emotional phases that they go through. And this is a natural thing for us as humans in our daily life. We come up on obstacles all the time. We have things in our lives that's going on that we feel like we can't overcome. So one, that's a mindset thing, because a lot of the times we have to get that right first before we can tackle these things, right? So the same thing in a movie, usually they doubt themselves and think, oh, I don't know if I can do this. It's really hard or whatever it might be. But then when they definitely decide to do it, they psych themselves up and they jump right in and they start going after whatever it is. They had to make a decision. They made the decision to go ahead and they start attacking this thing one by one or bit by bit. And straight away, they might have some doubts and they think, oh, have I actually made the right decision to actually take this thing on? But then they realize, hang on, the thing that's on the other side of it is worth it. What I'm trying to accomplish is worth it. So let me go for it. And during the process, they usually have another person or another character that comes in as somebody that's going to actually help them get from where they are now to where they need to be. And that's the guide. That's the person that's going to say, you know what, through this piece of knowledge, you can get to what you need to get to, or I'm going to help you by doing this particular thing for you, which is going to set you up for the next bit so you can get ahead. And we have that connection with this character in the movies, and we want to really see them succeed. We have that invested interest in them because we can see a reflection of ourselves in some strange way in them. So, that's how movies can hook you, and good books and things like that, because there's always a conflict that needs to be resolved. And as a result, it takes you on that journey, and you can think about what you're doing and say, okay, you know what? I feel like I could be in their shoes, or they're me, because even though it's not exactly what I'm trying to overcome, the same principles apply. So if you can work, I hope that wasn't too confusing, but if you can work some kind of story into your content, whether it is that you're telling your own story or you're talking about other people's stories, and it could be your audience's story, and you can have them see like as if they were that person that you're talking about. You're talking about them, or you're talking about you, but it sounds like you're talking about them, right? And I'll give you an example of this. Let's say you are a DIY person and you do videos on power tools, and somebody is looking for a piece of content on how to use a drill, right? So you have made your video, or whatever piece of content on using drills, and you're talking about the best drill to use for a particular situation, and you've shown them the drill, you explain how to switch the drill on, you go through all the standard stuff, how to hold the drill, how to use it, and all of that kind of thing, and that's the end of that. Now, is your job done? Yes, it is, because you've actually given them an outcome. You've now taught them how to use that drill. However, there's always an underlying desire, an underlying thing that people are looking for transformation in. So even though they might get to the end result of knowing how to use that drill, there's a deeper underlying thing that they're looking for. They want transformation in some other way. And using the drill is not necessarily the thing that they really want. In fact, what they might want is to be able to put a hole in their wall. And this hole in the wall is going to allow them to put in wall plugs so they can put up a thing to hang their picture frame on. And this picture frame that they hang in has a nice family portrait, which is going to be for them to reflect and look at how loving their family is and why they're working so hard, why they're doing the things that they're doing. And it gives them that motivation and inspiration to keep doing what they're doing. And that in itself is a really big transformation, because that drill is allowing them to get that hole in the wall. But because you only have the content about using the drill, yes, it was valuable and it was useful. They may not necessarily remember so much the fact that you taught them how to use the drill. What they'll actually remember is the fact that they now can put a hole in their wall. However, if you had worked in some kind of story about something that resonates with what they're trying to do, right? Even if it's not directly a hole in the wall for hanging the photos or whatnot, but you might think, okay, this is going to make your life a lot easier because, let's just use the example because it's there, because you'll be able to do all the things around your house and make your house look nice, that all the DIY that, let's say you're a guy, I'm being sexist here, but let's say you're trying to do DIY to impress your other half, your missus or whatever, and you want to hang some shelves, you want to make the place tidy, you want to put some plant pots up in the kitchen or whatever it might be, and this drill is going to give you that opportunity to make her happy. Now, that's the connection you're making. It's not about the drill itself, but it's about what you're able to accomplish transformation-wise at the end of it. So in a long-winded way, that's kind of the story. Now that you get that point, what I want to do is go back to the slogan that I used, right? Which is basically helping you create a flexible lifestyle business so you can earn an income doing what you love and helping others. And this is something that really, really resonates with me more than it did with my other slogan, if you will, or my messaging. Essentially, I'm doing the exact same things that I was doing before. I'm still teaching people how to build an online business and be able to take charge of how they do their marketing and to empower them to do all these things. But if you want to separate yourself, this is kind of a branding thing as well. If you want to separate yourself and have people resonate with you through stories, you need to be able to be a bit more, tell the stories through your messaging as well, not just the content, but through just how you talk about your business, how you talk about yourself, and talk about the things that you're trying to do. So that being said, let me tell you a little bit about my story real quick. So I have always been in the corporate world. I've always worked a regular job, and I've been in the field of marketing and done online related stuff, right? However, I value most of all my family, my kids, my loved ones, and I want to be able to decide how I spend my time with them and be able to show up at my kids' school when they have a performance. I want to be there and watch them grow up, right? And in order for me to do so, I need to have flexibility of lifestyle. And you might have heard the term a lifestyle business, which is where you get to choose the type of work you do, the type of things that you do, the type of projects you take on, and when you work, where you work, and be able to live where you want, that sort of thing. So that's a lifestyle business. I've just added the word flexible in front of it because that's a key word for me. I want flexibility over my time. I want flexibility over who I work with. I want flexibility about taking on certain jobs or doing the type of things that I want to do that is going to make my work more fulfilling. And as a result, it allows me to integrate my personal life into my business as well. And therefore, I'm living more of a well-rounded, balanced life. And not all businesses are for growing and scaling to the point that you can't control it and you have to keep employing people and that kind of thing. In order to have a flexible lifestyle, you need to have the income to support what you're doing. And if you can package your knowledge and expertise, which is exactly what I'm doing at the moment, where I'm teaching you, I'm helping you to overcome these hurdles that you have in building out your online business. But I wanted to specifically speak to those people that are doing exactly the same things that I'm doing. And the epiphany came after doing a few consulting calls. I've actually been doing some consulting. And as I talk to different online business owners or people that are trying to start online businesses, I realized what resonated with me more and who I can best help. And that's just part of the process of continuing to hone in on your messaging and your niche, your brand strategy, and all of these things requires you to get out there and start talking to people and trying to make those connections. And it will help you work out where you want to position yourself. Now, I could just brand myself like I've done before as a marketer, as someone that helps people with marketing and does website strategy, because essentially that's the type of thing that I do. But at the same time, I'm going to be lumped in with everyone else. But if I can separate myself and say, look, this is who I am, this is who I'm resonating with, and who can resonate with me, it really gives you more of a connection to me because I'm telling you my story and I've just told you a little bit about my story. I want to be able to help as many people as I want whilst maintaining a flexible lifestyle and having the income to support my lifestyle. So I'm on my journey right now and I'm hoping to help other people. That's a few steps behind me. I'm not a guru. I'm somebody that's just doing experiments, who's actually been doing a lot of the things that I'm teaching for a long time, and I'm able to provide value in those cases. So if you want to come along on that journey, I'd love to have you along that journey. So the way you can do that is by consuming my free content. And if you do need the extra help, if you do need some extra hand holding with the things that I do, I'm offering consulting as well. Now, I do some free consulting per month. I have a limited amount. I can't say how much because it just depends on my availability. So I can do a free strategy call and I'll let you know how you can get that actually. I have a free workshop over on my website. So if you go to marlonmcpherson.com/workshop, you'll be able to opt into that workshop. So just register for it. You can watch it instantly. It's a video that I recorded that teaches my exact online business strategy. So then you can use that information and run with it and build out your own flexible lifestyle business as well. So inside that workshop, I tell you how you can book some a free call with me. And there's a link on that page as well. I would encourage you to watch the entire video because that helps you to get a good understanding of things before you jump on a call with me. So then you don't have to rehash or go over every single thing. We can just get on with actually getting to your strategy and giving you, the maximize the time that we have together. So that's one way you can do it. If you feel that you need ongoing help, I do also have paid consulting, which you can reach out to me on my website. You can see the information on my website. And pretty much I'm looking to continuing this journey and sharing that with you, sharing the wins and sharing the obstacles. I know that you're the hero in this story. I'm the one that's so happening to be, I'm the guide in this story, right? I'd like to see myself as the guide, but I'd like to also think that my journey, my story would also help you see yourself in what I'm doing. And I'm hopefully going to share more of these types of episodes where I can go through and kind of like give you a more vulnerable side of things, show you how things are for me. And it's not easy, but we are stronger together at the end of the day. And we can, they say each one teach one. And that's what I'm trying to do. So I'm rambling now. So that means I need to wrap up this episode. If you resonate with this content and if you are with me on this journey, I'd like you to leave me a comment if you're watching on YouTube. If you're listening on Apple Podcasts or on Stitcher or any other platform, subscribe, please. And the best way to get information about my content as it comes out, and I will be sharing on a newsletter, just jump onto my email list, which you'll get onto if you sign up to the workshop anyway. And that's the only way you can sign up at the minute. And you'll be getting updates from me. So hopefully I can help you out with these things that you're trying to do so you can build your flexible online business, your flexible lifestyle business. See, I told you I need to get this right. So that's it for this episode of Future Steps Creative. Need any help, reach out to me. And I'll speak to you soon. Have a great day.